We spent the past couple of years in a crazy hot market. Louisville home sales decline as demand outpaces supply. Effective communication is at the core of any situation. If you master these two ideas, you'll have a chance of being successful at residential real estate marketing. I think you need to be looking for investment opportunities that move the needle. The market will never crash if demand exceeds supply. This is what I've been telling you all along.
This is the Jay Pitts Show.
And we're back, folks. Welcome back to the Jay Pitts Show here on Talk Radio 1080. I'm your host, Jay Pitts. You know, Ryan, every time I hear that, I go, this is the Jay Pitts Show. I think, like, do I talk like that?
No.
I don't normally. That was definitely like
so
promo Jay Pitts.
The other day leaving the office, I don't know if you remember this, but I can't remember who you were talking to. It was right outside right inside the front door, and you were explaining to some agent the correct way to have a conversation with somebody, and I just heard it walking up, and I just started laughing. And you say, Ryan's laughing because he's heard this 1,000 times.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was. Do you remember?
Yeah, I was talking to Devin. I think if you're just because you said by the front door, I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but it was like, it was some sort of prospecting, conversation opener,
downswing voice.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's funny because sometimes I feel like I go into performance mode, but I don't. Nobody ever like checks me on it. Nobody's like, dude, stop it. My wife maybe, but she doesn't hear it much. It's so funny too because my wife is an introvert. So she doesn't speak a lot, unless she has to. And like she really does not appreciate extraneous communication. Like if it's extra, she doesn't love it. And I talk so much all day that by the time I get home, I don't want to talk anymore. So it's pretty quiet in our. And
would you say you're an extrovert?
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like I'm an extroverted introvert. Like
that's what Jen says.
If I don't know you that well, and maybe don't like, I'm not talking to you. Like, but if I
don't like you, I'm not talking to you.
If I've known you for a while, and I can be very much an extrovert.
I think that's most people, but Jen is not even that. Like Jen, in a very close circle, will be very outgoing.
Yeah,
she has a group of girlfriends from college. We'll go on vacations, couples trips with them on occasion. She's very in her element there, but that's like 6 girls, and it's like only them.
Yeah.
And like she's very professional and she flexes, we talk about flexing your personality profile a lot. She flexes out of her introverted state to be very professional. She can present, she can stand in front of a room of 100 people and give a talk and everything is fine. Everything is fine. But that's not, it drains her. And at home, we, like I said, it's pretty quiet. Like, I mean, we go put the kids down, settle down for the night. She's in a book and I'm watching something, doing something, reading something, and there's not a lot of talk.
Yeah. I think it's pretty easy, and I oftentimes think this just about some people, but it is easy to tell who's trying to be an extrovert because they're scared about being judged for being an introvert.
Yeah, there is some of that.
Push it way too hard, and you're like, just stop. Please.
Yeah, just stop. Be yourself.
Like, this is making everything worse.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I say nobody ever checks me on it, but I think they know that I'm being me.
Yeah,
and like I'm meant to talk, and I'm meant to teach, and I'm meant to do all these things, but like I don't get.
Jay just hit his nose on the mic.
Smacked my nose on the mic. I had to edit that one out for the blooper reel, Hannah. I think they just know that I'm being myself.
Yeah.
Really.
There would not be too many blooper reels of this show, actually.
Not a lot.
Because we're not allowed to have bloopers.
No, we aren't. We are not allowed. Okay.
But,
all right, let's get it moving.
Yeah, let's
You got a good real estate question.
Yeah.
For today.
So this real estate question is from an agent, and they said, "Hey, Jay, I left a real estate team mid-year of 2022. Things were good, but now things have slowed down for me. What should I do? Should I go back to a team? What other options do I have other than going back to a team?"
I mean, I think that's pretty much the only option. Not that they should. It's the only option other than what they're already doing. Here's the thing. Anybody can be successful on or off a team. It comes down to, I would have to ask this person a lot more questions.
Right.
What does your day look like? Look at you yawning into the mic. Right? we're champs today. Look,
Thing is, I'm not tired either.
Yeah.
Relatively.
that's okay. You said you had a cat nap yesterday afternoon. That's good. You ought to be, rested up. All right. What are you doing with your day? Where are you getting your business? Where did you get your business?
Yeah.
If you tell me, if this person tells me, yeah, mid 22, I left the team and
Things were hot.
and things were hot. And I got, prior to that, I was in the business a year and a half, and I did 25 deals my first year, and then I did 30 deals my second year, and north of 50% of those came from the team's leads. I would tell you that you can still do it, but it's going to be slower. It's going to be more methodical. It's going to be more deliberate. And you need to have, a plan set aside for the lack of income or savings or reduction in expenses. Something has to give here, because there's a reason why the first 5 years in the business is really tough. And it's because no one identifies you as a real estate agent. This person's been in it for a year and a half, 3 years. 3 years is not enough time. And 3 years where you borrowed forward transactions from future years in the current year, right?
Uh-huh.
And that's a lot of your client base isn't going to move in the next couple of years. And so you don't have the opportunity at that. You're also probably not well capitalized enough or don't have a resume built to the point to take advantage of these more expensive lead sources that can, put like a floor on your business on how much you'll produce. So, yeah, if you're willing to just be like a maniac prospecting, right? To shake hands with and hand a business card to everybody you come into contact with and say, this is me and this is who I do. And you're going to join a BNI group and you're going to, I don't know, do anything. You're going to flyer apartment complexes. I don't know. You're going to work an open house for everybody in your office that needs one.
Yeah.
And you're going to follow up on every lead diligently, and you're going to do all these. Yeah, you can make it, but it might be lean for a few years, and that's including the fact that rates are on their way down, it seems, and the Fed appears to be dropping rates, and things might get a little better, but like you don't have probably the lead sources cornered that your team had that got you the momentum for your fast start.
Yeah.
So that's really what it boils down to.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I think every real estate agent should have, and I've started doing it, and it's going to be an even bigger emphasis for me in 2024. There's personal CRMs out there, so you can just keep them on your phone, and it's more about not your client list, but it's your friends and family, and a lot of people use them just to keep up with people, and it gives you a random 5 people to call that day. Yeah. And just catch up with them.
Yeah,
and
I had that.
That's the name of the game for real estate agents, really, is don't think of people as your clients. It's your friends and family, and call and catch up with them. They're going to ask how you're doing, how's real estate going. And it's almost like people can't help but ask. If they know somebody's a real estate agent, they can't help but talk to that person and ask, so how's the market doing?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the Tom Ferry trope that he's, so how's the market? Well, it depends, Are you buying, selling, investing? Like it's this whole thing. And there I go into the sales voice again. But like I used to have that. I had one, I don't even know if it exists anymore. I had one called Contactually.
Yeah.
Contactually. I had Follow-Up Boss for the production and the team and all the things, right? Even when it was much smaller. And
Contactually is just a real estate CRM now, I believe.
I think it was. They did this really cool bucket thing where you drag and drop, and it had like literal buckets, and you'd had this list, and you just go boop, 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 and you drag and drop the contacts into different buckets based on, it was kind of like a fun take on tagging visually.
Yeah.
And it was quick and easy, and it would prompt me when I was personally prospecting my sphere of influence, like every day, it would personally prompt me on who to call. And I used to think, and probably still would be if I wasn't more of a CEO, but when I was producing a lot, it would prompt me to know who to contact, to who to call.
Yeah.
And that was the most profitable thing that my team could do, was have me prospect.
And I love about that, it doesn't even feel like work. I thoroughly enjoy, I think one of the most important things in life is having friends that you stay in contact with, family you stay in contact with. Like, I think it's hard to have an enjoyable life without that. So it's just fun to call them and say,
Catch
what
up.
are you doing?
Yeah, what's up? What's going on?
And it
How
could
are
be
things?
a 5-minute conversation. It could turn into an hour-long conversation.
Absolutely.
But to me, that doesn't feel like work. It's just fun to do. And really, it helps randomize it the most for me.
I firmly agree. And I think, in terms of like what other options you have, you could get a job. You could go work for a builder.
Yeah.
You could be a salesperson for a builder. You could go sell cars. You could do something different. with your
TikTok
life.
shop.
I'm not going to joke about what they say most real estate agents do when they got in the business the last couple of years, but let's just say it's not appropriate for radio. But yeah, don't do that. Let's stay in the business. Let's stay in the business. There's going to be a changing of the guard in the next few
Let
years.
me ask you this. Have you ever had an agent come back to the team after leaving? Would you ever accept someone?
Oh, it depends. Yeah, I mean,
Situation.
I have had someone once, and they left on good terms. Most people leave on good terms, and that's fine. That's great. I've had a few that haven't, and I've had people that said, "Don't ever let me see you here ever again." I mean, seriously. I mean, that's just the thing. How you do something is just as important as what you do.
Yep, you got to do it sometimes. But all right, I'm going to cut to a couple ad sponsors, and we will be back talking a water fast, top 10 most downloaded apps, and Gen Z scamming some people. So we'll be back. Jay Pitts Show, Talk Radio 1080, Real News, Real Talk. See you in a couple minutes. Welcome back to the Jay Pitts Show, Talk Radio 1080, Real News, Real Talk. I am your co-host, Ryan Harris. All right, Jay. So we've been doing this with these shows in December, just kind of talking about what's coming in the new year, the best of 2023. Got a couple more segments like that here, but I want to talk more personal between you and I and what our Januaries are going to look like.
Okay.
How are we going to kick off the new year?
Sure.
And I know specifically 3 pretty important things I'm doing to kick off the year well. I've done one of them. I guess I've done 2 of them last year. So I'll be doing Sober January again.
Yeah, I'm going to do that
Other than
too.
one night holiday party.
Holiday party.
I've told our company holiday party. I've told myself that, one of the best bands there are. You all got a Zack Attack that played
Zack
at
Attack.
my wife and I's wedding. They're amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Gonna have to drink for that. But other than that, Sober January.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a water fast starting on the 3rd. So have you?
So you sent me the thing. It was hard to look at on my phone, so I haven't read through it, but I perused it a little bit. I haven't.
So it's a huge trend going on right now. 3-day water fast. We'll get into that, but I'm also going to start marathon training January 8th. So
Okay.
start the water fast on the 3rd. I guess I'll be done the 5th or 6th, and depending on how the times work out, and eat some food those 2 days and start marathon training. But I think I'm most excited for the water fast.
Can you marathon train while on a water fast?
No, heck no.
I was going to say there's no way.
That's how I'm going to do it and have a couple days to
Okay.
re-carb up and eat some food. But yeah, water
So
fast
do I
is,
not go to the gym those 3 days?
I think you can the second day. You can go the first and second day. It's
Not
probably not the
recommended.
third day.
Because you're white.
A lot of people feel actually amazing on the second day and want to work out. And some people say go for it, but don't do too much. And other people say just don't do it. Like you'll probably lose 10 pounds anyways doing the 3-day water fast. But it's not what everybody thinks. So, the first day you do the water fast, you wake up, take some electrolytes and aminos, drink a liter of water every 8 hours. At noon, you have 1 bowl of bone broth. And at 6, you have another bowl of bone broth. That's the first day. Second day, wake up, have spring water. You drink a certain amount of water throughout the day, and that's it. No bone broth, just water the second day. Third day, more spring water, and drink specific amount of water throughout the day. And then day 4, you ease back into food, and you have bone broth to start. And then after that, you can have whatever you want. So you have some bone broth there the first day. After that, though, it's water. I did not see you're allowed to have coffee in here, which I think I'm going to have coffee.
Yeah, I was going to say. Like, probably black coffee, of course.
Which that's all I drink anyways. So
Yeah, I put a little additive stuff, but I would be fine with black coffee. I've gone through phases of black coffee only. But yeah, that's I don't know that I'm ready to commit
I was trying to call
100%?
Jay out on this show. Let's do it.
January
3rd.
Let me look at the calendar. January 3rd.
So I told Jay the best
Wednesday
analogy
through
I've heard of this is think of it as your body cleansing itself. So let's imagine you're throwing trash on the street every day. And yeah, somebody's coming to clean it up. But let's say you're throwing trash on the street quicker than people can clean it up. Well, that amount of trash on the street is just going to start accumulating
For
and
sure.
accumulating. And if you give it a break, it'll all get cleaned up and your body will be clean.
Okay, I have a good excuse on why I can't do this.
Ugh.
So we go to dinner for my father's birthday every year, and that's the 4th, and that's Jeff Ruby's. So
Gotta have your au gratin potatoes.
we don't do au gratin at Ruby's.
Oh,
It
where was that,
was
Ruth's?
It was Ruth's Chris, which I haven't been to in forever. I probably should go back just so I could remind myself of how good my draft selection was. What about? I mean, you probably don't want to wait until like the 8th and do it 8th, 9th, and 10th.
No, because that's when my training starts.
Yeah,
I'll do it first and let you know how it goes.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to do it starting on the 1st because we're going out for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, you're going to want to eat some greasy food that
I'm going
next
to
day.
eat some greasy food on the 1st. And so then the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th wouldn't work either. Because I can't just go on the back of a water fast, go to the Jeff Ruby's on the night of the 4th.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah. So I might do it the following week.
Okay.
Tell me how it is. I might do it the following week. I tell you what, I will do it the following week.
All right.
It's kind of not fun though that we're not doing it together.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's some. Because I'm going to tell you what, like I've tried just simple, just carb counting or, simple macro counting,
It's so hard.
and I want to eat everything in sight
Yeah.
by the end of the first day, and that's with eating things.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll do it the next week, 8th, 9th, and 10th.
All right. There we go. Let's move on. Are you timing this segment?
Yes.
Okay. I am too. I
5
just didn't
minutes.
stop it from the first one.
We're
So,
5 minutes in.
Let's go to top 10 most downloaded apps of 2023. Let's see how many we each have of these on our phone. So number one, Temu.
Oh, very interesting. Do not.
Shop like a billionaire. So I think that's actually should have looked it up before. I guess if shop like a billionaire, it's probably reused luxury clothing that people are selling. Maybe
I've seen a lot of Temu ads on TikTok with a lot of stuff of all sorts.
Yeah.
It's pretty sketchy in my opinion.
I don't have that on my phone either. So
Yeah, so
for
no
one.
good.
Two, CapCut.
I do not have CapCut, but only because Hannah does.
Yeah.
I had it at one point.
I have
I
it.
do not have it. No.
I have it.
Okay.
Owned by TikTok, or maybe is it owned by TikTok or TikTok? Some TikTok creators started the
I
app.
think a creator started it.
Max,
Yes.
formerly HBO Max.
Yep. So
I actually think people thought the rebrand was bad. I think it's done them well.
I think it's fine.
Max stream HBO TV and movies.
It's kind of like the Facebook.
So do you have that on your phone?
I do have Max.
Okay. Threads.
No,
I don't either.
I do
Never
have
even
it.
created an account.
I never did either.
Awesome. 5 TikTok.
Of course.
Instagram 6.
Yep.
Google 7.
Yeah. The Google app, no.
You think that's Google Chrome?
I have Chrome.
I think that's probably what it is.
Okay, well,
Maybe not, though.
if we're saying it's Chrome, then it's a yes.
I think it probably is. So
Okay.
8 YouTube.
Yep.
9 WhatsApp.
Nope.
I don't either. I've never actually even used WhatsApp.
I haven't either. My wife has a group text with a friend that lives internationally that they use.
Thought somebody might have just had an Android and that's why.
No.
But 10 Gmail.
Of course.
You know what's crazy about some of these to me?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that TikTok, Instagram, Google, and Gmail and YouTube can be in the top 10 knowing how big they already are.
Yeah.
And they still get that many downloads.
Oh, that's pretty crazy.
It's almost hard to believe.
It is because, Temu.
Who's just now downloading these things?
I mean, Temu came on fast. CapCut, I get. Max is a new thing. Threads is a new thing. But yeah,
how can things so
Instagram,
popular?
Google, YouTube, and Gmail. Those 4 really shock me. Hey, so did you look at these? Do you have any of the top paid? I don't
Shadow
have a single.
Rocket. Nope. I know what that is.
I don't even know what it is. I don't have a.
It's that you play soccer with cars.
Okay.
It's a crazy popular game, but I never really played many video games growing up. So, 2, Hot Schedules. Don't know what that is. 3, Procreate Pocket. So these are the top paid iPhone apps.
Yeah.
Don't have it. Wonder Weeks. Don't have it. 75 Hard. Don't have it. Auto Sleep. Don't have it. Goblin Tools 7. Don't have it. Then Tonal Energy. Don't have it. Skyview. I don't have any of them.
I have 0.
There we go.
I don't play iPhone games, so I don't have any of that one. I don't have any of the next. So Monopoly. So I heard some Monopoly Go stats that were kind of sick.
What is that?
Like apparently it's like this top free iPhone game, Monopoly Go, is like breaking records. Like which I don't play video games very much, so I wouldn't tell you, but I saw something about it at some point that I thought was interesting.
Got it. Well, all right. How much time we have left?
About 2 minutes.
All right, 2 minutes. Let's get into this article. Gen Z is scamming companies out of billions each year. So what could they possibly
sharing
mean by this? Why I try to get past these ads by hitting a bunch of X's on the videos. And here we go. So a new report reveals a staggeringly high number of Gen Zers openly admitting to engaging in credit card fraud, with nearly half of them committing the financial crime, according to new data from anti-fraud Company Shift. The research found that 42% of those aged 26 and younger admitted to filing a fraud claim or a type of dispute, despite having not only received their purchase but being satisfied with it as well. This is known as first-party fraud or friendly fraud. It often results in the customer successfully receiving a chargeback to their account.
Wow.
It's a pretty large number.
So they buy something and then say that it was a fraudulent charge?
Yep. Even though they got it, and I guess it's just growing and growing. I actually know somebody kicked off, they'll know who I'm talking. They'll know I'm talking about them too, but I don't care. Kicked off Venmo and Cash App and all these things. Different payment apps because they kept disputing charges, even though they definitely did, and they did it enough times where they're kicked off all of them now, and they deserve to be.
God, my brain just doesn't work like this.
No,
I mean it really doesn't. This is funny to me where I hear about some of these things and
the article goes on here. It says, compared to these politically correct perps, only 22% of millennials admitted to it, along with a paltry 10% of those supposedly nihilistic Gen Xers and only 5% of goody two shoes baby boomers.
So we've got a Gen Z writing this is apparently what we've got.
I believe so.
Yeah, maybe
it is
not.
the New York Post.
So. It is the New York Post. But it's like I hear about people like scamming like these betting sites on like all this free money. Not scamming, I guess. It's all
arbitrage.
Legal. Yeah, it's arbitrage. Is what it is. Create an account, cancel, get your free this, do that, blah, 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 cash out, whatever. Yeah, man, it's kind of crazy. So I don't know.
Yep. We'll be back. Jay Pitts Show, Talk Radio 1080, Real News, Real Talk. A couple minutes of ad sponsors, and we'll be here.
And we're back, folks. Welcome back to the Jay Pitts Show here on Talk Radio 1080. I'm your host, Jay Pitts. All right, so we've talked about apps, Sober January, Waterfast. Ryan got me to commit to that. Gen Z bilking credit card companies out of billions. Surprise, surprise. Hey, you know what? I mean, as much as I think that is like encourageable, like it's like a villainous victim. So it's
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, I wouldn't
do it.
I wouldn't do it, but it's like I don't necessarily need you to track these people down and throw them away.
I think the companies are okay.
Yeah, they'll be all right.
But okay, so I'm just gonna tell the listeners right now. We're not doing it right now, but our last segment, you're gonna want to stick around because we're doing a spelling bee. Jay and I.
Are you a good speller?
No.
Okay.
Especially if I don't have a piece of paper. If I'm just doing this in my head, which is how they do the spelling bee.
Of course.
So
you got to have a visual memory.
we have to You know, I know some people will write it in their palm or whatever, but
That's funny. Okay.
we're gonna do that. I love watching the spelling bee every year. It's awesome.
Do you,
Now it's just like 10 people get them all right, and
Do you
there's
f-
10 winners.
do you feel bad about when the little kid misses something and starts crying?
No, that's the best part.
So you don't even feel bad.
That's why you watch the spelling bee. It's like the reason you watch NASCAR is to see a crash. The reason you watch the spelling bee is to see a little kid miss a word and get torn up about it.
Oh, Ryan,
And that's just
I love it.
that's facts.
All right, that is facts.
Opinion or fact?
No
Fact.
cap.
Okay. Let's talk about this right here article, the most boomer-esque opinion. So these opinions are shared by people that are boomers, aren't boomers. It's just, you know, what is your boomer opinion? Most boomer opinion, even if you aren't one. So this was prompted by a user on Twitter, asked people to share their most boomer complaints, and they started it. So they said, mine is, I think people take their dogs too many places for my taste. And I think everyone should be more punctual.
I'm also giggling at this person's username.
Real girl Fieri.
Girl Fieri.
Fieri.
I think that's actually, as we sit here and record this episode, above Guy Fieri. That's how you pronounce it, I believe. Guy Fieri's smokehouse downstairs.
I can't spell or talk.
Can you say
so-
Fieri?
or read?
Say Fieri.
No.
Okay, all right. It's Fyetti. That's how you pronounce. That's how you spell the pronunciation. All right. So that is a pretty good boomer complaint. I think people take their dogs too many places.
Yeah. You know, there's this new thing of
Obviously,
dog-
never been to Garage
Yeah.
Bar.
Yeah. Or what's the new dog bar? There's actually the dog bar over there off Baxter.
I don't know.
PB&J, I think is what it is.
Oh yeah, something like that.
Cheap beer.
Do they?
have cheap beer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Don't have a dog. Just been with friends that do have dogs, and they wanted to take their dog places, and I was like, let's just go here because I guess I agree with this person. People take their dog too many places.
So you're a cat person, though. We should say
I am.
that.
Yes,
We should say this. Ryan is a cat person.
and I think that's the only way to be.
That's
So,
the only way to be.
number 2, my boomer complaint is stop giving phones and iPads and internet access to kids below the age of 16. I'm going to say this person doesn't have a kid.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Well, or they raised their kids, you know, in an era where these things weren't an option.
Right.
Because I'm going to tell you,
a good point, too.
With having 3 children, there are times where a screen is necessary. I don't want to melt their brain either. Okay. I don't want to mess up their dopamine and all that stuff, like triggers. But like when you have like a ruthless 4-year-old that was following you around the house, like, and he's not even asking for it. So this tells you I haven't done this so much that my kids ask for it a ton. But like you're just like, hey kid, why don't you go watch Spidey for a second? Because I need to do something, anything, for 1 second.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Let's see. Number 3. Why don't I read this one? You look through one you want to bring up. You're not doing the time?
I lost it.
Well, I'm doing it late. So,
Okay.
Jim, can you tell us how long we've been going?
We'll get
And,
there. We'll get
just
there.
if you get a sec. So, all right. Here's number 3. How quiet my college classrooms have gotten before class as a result of smartphones. Students used to talk to each other, but now everyone is looking at a screen instead.
That I think is probably very true.
I don't even know if that's really a boomer. I think it's just
It's a
fact.
I mean, it's a fact. It doesn't sound like a complaint.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess maybe kind of sounds like a complaint a little bit, but yeah, I mean, so that's one thing that I do recognize is that young people, okay, are much more comfortable interacting digitally than they are in person. They have to know each other first. It's not,
Yeah.
in most cases, not. It's cringy for a guy to walk up to a girl and ask for her number these days. You know,
Yeah,
I feel
which
like
is-
that. Which is kind of wild. Anyway,
Here's some that these are very boomer ones. I don't want smart electronics, stuff like Alexa in my home. It's creepy and I have no use for it. If you have an iPhone, you're getting listened to.
you're getting
anyways.
listened to everywhere.
You're anybody that if these companies want to know something about you, they're going to find it out. Like, get over it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Number 7's kind of the same way. I don't want any of the appliances in my house to connect to the internet or have voice controls. Very, very boomerish there.
I don't mind. That said, I agree with you, but I don't mind pressing my own toaster down. I don't need all that crazy.
That's fine.
But I also wouldn't complain about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. I don't need it. I can understand where you're coming from, but the fact that you have to make sure everyone knows your complaint, that's something.
Here's one that is just, I think a decent person just would not do this, but you should not be talking or using your phone in a movie theater. Yeah.
I'm good with that.
So I heard something interesting on a podcast yesterday and said, here's what comedy really has going for it right now.
They take your phones.
They take your phone, and it's like an hour. You just sit there and
you're focused.
No phone. Yeah, you're just in the moment. Actually,
that's it.
And that's like a big thing comedy has going for it right now. Which I'm going to see Saturday. Shane Gillis.
Okay, Shane Gillis in town.
Yeah.
Wow. Where's he at?
Performing Arts Center.
Okay.
Downtown. So going to Ruby's with Emily and Todd before, and
oh, nice.
Shane. We're doing the 9:30 show though, and let me tell you, I ain't been up past 12 unless I'm watching sports in a while.
Here I was, and we're doing Matt Rife on New Year's Eve, and I thought, like, man, it'd be nice if we had the 9 o'clock show. We got the 7 o'clock show. I'm not, but it's equally boomerish. I'm like, man, I'm not going to eat until really late.
Oh, those are good right there.
Yeah.
In sync. Which could be his last tour ever. He's getting canceled.
Dude, he is right. he is going crazy on people.
I know. He's just not backing down. So let's see here. Are there any other good ones? Here's one. I have many complaints I think boomers would agree with. Clothes are worse made. People are too rude. Movie dialogue is hard to hear. But my most boomer complaint is that schools don't teach cursive anymore.
I identify with too many of these.
Yeah.
I wrote something in cursive. I rarely handwrite anything, and my son was trying to read it, an 11-year-old, and was like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Bro, you got to stop. You're making me feel too. I'm already 42. You cannot make me feel older than that."
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I think I was kind of the last, like, my grade going through high school or middle school. It's kind of the last year they taught cursive.
Oh wow! So you're actually quite young then.
Yeah,
comparatively
one
speaking, you're almost half my age, but that's okay. Just a little more. Than
here's
half
the best
my age.
one, and it might be we can end on this one because I'm not sure. I think we're almost done with this segment, but my most boomer complaint is that I hate using QR codes in restaurants. Give me a physical menu so I don't have to squint at a tiny screen. I completely agree with this one.
Yeah, I don't like.
I am done with the QR codes.
I don't like QR codes. I don't like.
I want a menu with some pictures, or else I'm going to Yelp and I'm going to look at the food on there. I'm a picture book guy.
I don't like looking at a phone. It's the reason why I didn't read about the water fast on my phone when you sent me a PDF that was like 18 pages.
Yeah. If it's not a feed, I'm not reading it.
There you go. Which is fine. It's fine. We can all be a bit crotchety. I think that is a Gen Z and millennial thing anyway. We just get a pass for ours because we're slightly more useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So when we come back, we are going to do a spelling bee between Jay and I. This is a new segment. It's probably going to be pretty funny on my end because, hey, just a minute, I'm not the best speller. Jay seems pretty confident.
I'm not. We'll see.
I'll explain it now, the rules. So when you pull this up, there's 3 different tiers of words.
Okay.
And they get harder as you go to tier 3. I think we do 2 words apiece per tier. So we'll just go 1, 1, 1, 1. Then we'll go to tier 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Tier 3, 1, 1, 1, 1.
All right, let's roll.
And we'll see how we do. This is the Jay Pitts Show, talk radio, real news, real talk. The first Jay Pitts spelling bee coming up next. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Welcome back to the Jay Pitts Show, talk radio, 1080, real news, real talk. I'm your co-host Ryan Harris. And I am the host of the first Jay Pitts radio or spelling bee ever. I already messed up the word as a host, but that's okay. Yeah, here we go. Spelling bee.
Okay.
And don't feel good about it. I'll ask the first.
You going to go first?
I'll ask you the first word.
Okay.
And we are going with linguistics.
Linguistics. Do I have to pronounce it correctly?
No.
Linguistics. Linguistics. All right, Ryan. I'm gonna try and give you like what I think is a fairly easy.
I don't
one.
know why I thought of this idea because it's just going to be so bad for me.
No, this is good. I'm gonna try and give you
This is
easy
good.
one. I'm gonna give you an easy one. I like it.
For the record, we're doing this like the real
But it has to
spelling
be
bee, no
like
writing it down.
Like here's the thing: level 1 words. The word part.
There's some harder ones. And
I mean, I'm scrolling down. We're not gonna take it too easy, but I'm not gonna like pick you a tricky one. There's a couple one with double letters and things that I see. I'm gonna give you. There's so many funny ones on here. God bless. Let's go with stewardship.
Stewardship. Can you use it in a sentence? What is the nation of origin?
Saint Michael, where we go to church, has a stewardship program for the members of the church.
Okay.
In which they provide service back to the
Here we go.
to the parish.
STEWARDSHIP.
Boom. Let's go with repentant.
Repentant.
Yeah. This is kind of along the lines with your receptacle.
REPENT. INT? Repentant?
you guys
Or
like that?
ENT?
You like the upswing question mark on that end of that?
REPNTENT?
That is incorrect.
Oof, what is
You
it?
said, I think you said I
said
the first
I
time. Was
first.
there a niner in there? It's REPENTANT.
Repentant. Oh, so I had it wrong either
I
way.
gave you the tip on receptacle. You didn't pick that up.
That's all right. That was a difficult one.
That's all right. It was a difficult one.
All right, we're going to move on to level 2. And this is from...
I don't know that I'm very.
This is from the actual spelling bee PDF of their different words here.
Okay.
Funniest thing about this is the hardest words I can't even pronounce. I can't even ask you to spell them.
That's funny. All right.
We're gonna go a long one here, just because I think it's hard to remember every letter you've said. Disproportionate.
Disproportionate. DISP. This could be where I get it wrong. ROP. ORTIANATE.
Wrong.
Whoa, where did I get it wrong?
You said
Was there two P's?
You said an A in front of the N. So it's DISPROPORTIONATE. You said A-N-A-T-E.
okay. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Gosh,
That
you
was a
did so
pretty
well.
that was a pretty good effort.
It was. The long ones are hard just to
It's a
remember.
pretty
what you
good
said.
effort. Yeah, well, trying to remember where you're at in the word. Man, that's crazy. Did I say A? I think I meant to say O. All right. I'm going to give you acquiesce.
Oh, come on. I have no clue.
I felt like that was an easy one.
AQ. ISKE.
No, there's a K. It's ACQIESCE.
Easy one. That wasn't easy.
I felt like it was. I knew that one. All right, let's get one more. We're 0 for 2 in level 2. And who does this? Like 5th graders?
I think some younger. So
Wow.
let's see here. I feel like we got to get one right, but you are a competitor against me here. So we're going to go with
Is it going to be one that I can't pronounce?
Reimbursable.
Reimbursable.
I think that's a doable one.
REIMBURSIBLE.
Wrong.
What?
It's ALE. ABLE. You said IBLE.
Man, we're terrible. Yeah. We're terrible.
We are.
All right, subterranean.
Subterranean. SUB.
Mm-hmm.
T.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if there's one or two T's. We're going to go with one. UR. ANIUM. Was it two T's?
SUBTERRANEAN.
All right. 0 for 2 on level 2, both of us. Should we go to
Should
level
we even
3?
try it? Let's try it. We might as well. We've got about 3 minutes.
I mean,
Ryan.
there were so many words on level 2.
Rhododendron.
What's my choice?
I used to think that was your choice.
No,
that was a level 2. I'm just saying, like, as you scroll down on level 2, there are some words
very.
I have no idea what they mean.
This would be funny to do in the office sometime. Like,
yeah,
it'd be pretty good. I'm gonna give you an easy level 3 because we got transgressions.
TRANSGRESSIONS.
There you go.
Transgressions. How about
I'll say you one thing. I think we would get these right more if we were writing them down. It's hard doing it.
It is
just
hard.
saying it out
well,
loud.
but they have to spell them.
So it's like
writing them
that
down.
game where you smarter than a 5th grader.
Dude, this is harder than
That
I
was
was
a great
expecting
game.
it to be. I thought I was a good speller. I am not, apparently. How about, I'm trying to find an easy one in level 3 and it's really hard. How about mascarpone? You probably had that on a dessert.
MASCARPONNE or just any? Is
Just
it one
any. Just any.
Dang it.
Um,
This is making me want to cuss on the radio more than anything we've done yet. Like this, I feel like I'm on a golf course right now and I just hit a bad shot.
Oh no, we're about to
Yeah.
helicopter the wedge.
So
all right, we got a minute left.
yeah, let's talk about throwing a golf club at the
Okay.
last minute. I'll throw a little pro tip out there for everybody. You never throw a golf club vertically. And what I mean by that, you never slam it right into the ground. You have to helicopter. As long as it flies sideways like a helicopter, the chances of it breaking are very, very minimal. That's a pro tip there.
And it also adds distance because I'm pretty sure I've witnessed Ryan launch one about the length of like an Olympic discus throw.
Right in front of Louisville's baseball coach, too.
All right, folks, that's about all the time we got for this week. One thing we do want to do is wish you a very, very happy holiday season from the Jay Pitts Show here from Ryan and I, and Hannah behind the scenes, and Jim. We appreciate you tuning in all year. We appreciate you putting up with our funny drafts. We like to think they're funny anyway. Maybe you don't. But we enjoy it.
Never spelling again on this show. I'll tell you
Certainly,
that.
we're not good at spelling. So keep listening and keep following us on the socials so we can sell some real estate and have a little fun here and there. But this is our last show before the Christmas holiday. We will be back next week. But like I said, we appreciate you tuning in, hearing what we have to say. For Ryan Harris, I'm Jay Pitts here at the Jay Pitts Show on Talk Radio 1080, and we will catch you next week.
Peace.